let's get chatting with another management. Then we're joined currently by Mr. P.P. Gupta, the MD of Techno Electric as well as Engineering. Hi, Mr. Gupta. Thanks so much for joining in. The first quarter's numbers look quite good. Top line growth of around 30%, so that's fairly impressive. And margins as well, surprising on the positive side, coming in more than 17%. Could you tell us whether this kind of a performance is sustainable? Can you look at maintaining the top line growth of around 30%? And margin, I think earlier you had guided for around 15%. Now that's come out around 17%. Is this performance sustainable?
You see, on EPC business, we have always maintained quarter-to-quarter comparison is not healthy, but the annual guidance stays at around 15% plus minus by and large. You see, depending on the mix of the billing and the very projects executed in a quarter do influence our EBITDA. But if you are talking at a consolidated level, this quarter has seen significant improvement because of the wind business. Unlike previous years, we have a strong power generation out of wind. Wind availability is very good, as well as the grid availability is much better than we saw experienced in last 2 years. So all that has contributed to the bottom line.
Okay, so margins should be around the 15% mark, at least for the EPC business. Mr. Gupta, can you walk us through what your expectation is on the top line? You've started the year very strong. It's a 30% growth that you've seen on a consolidated basis. What's the full year growth going to look like? And if you could break it up for two of your segments, EPC as well as energy.
You see, we definitely see a growth of at least 30% in EPC business this year, as well as a growth in the energy business by 50%. Additionally, 50. Additionally, you know, we have won a court case in Chennai, which was pending for last 3 years. A regulator 3 years back had capped the tariff for no good reasons, which High Court has set aside by giving relief to us that capping cannot happen unless the very tariff busts the preferential tariff practiced in the state. So, but that is unlikely to happen, you know, over the lifetime of the business. So that way we see a huge relief both in tariff as well as in generation at the bottom line. But I'd like to add a caution here that we stay to exit this business, but definitely at a valuation which is pro-stakeholders, pro-investors to us. Yeah, but we may hold on this year because this kind of performance will obviously give a upside to the valuation also.
All right. All right, Mr. Gupta, I just wanted to probe you on that. You had sold one part of this division some time ago. Could you just help us and tell us what exactly was that valuation? How much did you sell for what valuation? And how much is remaining? I think around 160 megawatt is pending. Can we see you close out maybe around 25, 30 megawatt sale in the next year, next 18 months or so?
Absolutely right. We were owning about 208 megawatt of total capacity. We were the first IPP in this country in this business. We exited about 44 megawatt last year. Out of this, we now own 163 megawatt. We are attempting to exit 33 megawatt, which may happen during the year, I'll say. As you must have seen in today's economic times, you know, MNRE has requested CERC to stabilize the must-run status, as well as the industry is also looking on to go to Supreme Court.
Right.
You see, the evacuation of renewable power is a challenge in our countries. The major states having potential to generate often puts restrictions on its evacuation due in the disguise of their grid stability, which is not a fact. They want to exercise choice of power to the best of my mind.
Mr. Gupta, could you tell us, Mr. Gupta, we're running out of time. Could you tell us for this 33 megawatt, what kind of a valuation can we expect?
We are looking for about 5 crore a megawatt.
So around 165 crores.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gupta, we've run out of time. Thanks so much for joining in. That's the word from Techno Electric. Couple of key takeaways. A revenue growth of 30% is expected in EPC. In the energy business or power business, a 50% growth. Out of the 163 megawatts of wind assets that they hold, the company is looking to sell at least 33 megawatts this year. That could happen. And the valuation of each megawatt is about 5 crore. So that should give the company a significant amount of money this year.